Hey everyone, welcome to EduMatch. Thank you so much for joining us. So we are here today. We are going to be speaking with Eagle Eyes OFOA, and they are going to tell us about their amazing product that helps so many children in terms of accessibility. So today we have Debbie and we have Devin. So hey, welcome.
Thank you.
Super glad to have you here. So I'm going to tell everyone in EduMatch a little bit about Eagle Eyes. So Eagle Eyes is a mouse replacement system for the computer that helps children and adults with profound disabilities interact and learn by using a computer. These individuals are most often nonverbal, paralyzed, and at most have a yes-no method of communicating or are completely locked in. There are hundreds of Eagle Eyes systems distributed in the USA and Canada in schools, nonprofit organizations, and individuals' homes. Okay, so that is a little bit about Eagle Eyes, just an amazing technology that really helps people. So again, so honored to have you here, Devin and Debbie.
Thank you.
Thanks. So we spoke a little bit about what Eagle Eyes does, but could you tell us a little bit more about what exactly how exactly the technology works?
Yes, we will do that. Well, Eagle Eyes, the most important thing to remember is that Eagle Eyes is for kids who are 100% locked in their bodies and they only have control of the movement of their eyes. So they can't use any of their limbs, they can't speak. And through the use of tiny electrodes, can you hand me those, Devin? Through the use of tiny electrodes, one above the eye, one below the eye for the vertical signal, one on either temple, and then there is a ground that ties all four of those together. What these electrodes do is pick up the electrical signal of the eye, which is actually the way the cornea and the retina rotate in the eye socket, and magnify that signal 10,000 times and convert it into the mouse cursor. So this demographic has really never done anything at all. And now they are able, with the use of Eagle Eyes, they are able to start learning cause and effect. Many of them can pick up on it quite quickly. Some, it may take 6 months to a year for them to pick up on it. But once they've mastered cause and effect, then they can start learning numbers, letters, colors. They can begin playing games and having fun with their siblings or their mom and their dad. And then probably after a year or maybe even a little bit longer, they can actually begin basic communication. And so it is really incredible technologies. Now, as I'd mentioned, our kids are totally locked in, and many of them have their chins down to their chest or their chin over to their right shoulder or to their left shoulder. They cannot hold their head up. So many of them are using peripheral vision, of which, no one has ever thought about before. And when Professor Gibbs decided to develop this technology at Boston College, his lab was right across the street from the special needs school at BC. And he said, there just has to be something that we can do to help these children who are so totally locked in. So it's not a magic answer, but it is a way to open up their world for them.
Wow, that is fascinating. Okay. All right. Well, love hearing about that technology and all that it does for children and for adults who are locked in. So what is your role at Eagle Eyes OFOA?
Well, OFOA, let me tell you a little bit about OFOA first. That's Opportunity Foundation of America. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, and we just decided after a few years saying OFOA was a whole lot easier than saying Opportunity Foundation of America. But my role is I am the first point of contact for people that are wanting to find out about who we are, what we do, how might they be able to acquire an Eagle Eyes system to help their child. And we deal, as you had mentioned earlier, both with schools and individual families. So, mom and dad may hear about it when they go to school, or school may hear about it from mom and dad. It just depends on how that whole chain works. And, I will say our mommy groups have been the biggest promoters, because one mom will find Eagle Eyes and then she tells her mommy group all about it. And that's what has allowed us to be in 35 states so far, because the word just continues to spread for us. But yes, I'm the first point of contact. And then our other full-time employee is a gentleman by the name of Ron Williams, and he is the Eagle Eyes trainer who goes to both schools and to families' homes across the US and in Canada to provide training. And the training for Eagle Eyes is 2 4-hour days of training. And that way we have the software and the hardware on the first day, and the second day is actually putting the electrodes on and helping the parents feel comfortable as they are beginning to do those types of things.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. So the community response has been very enthusiastic, it seems.
Well, it wasn't quite at first, Sarah. People were a little bit scared when they saw, oh, you're going to put this electrode on my child who is severely disabled. But once they saw what the child was able to do, it just changed everything. Because when they are seeing this little lady or little guy who's totally locked in, who mom and dad both know someone is there inside, but there's never been a way for that little person to come out. And when they found out through these electrodes that can happen, all of a sudden it changed everything. There are a lot of other eye gaze equipment out there on the market that are absolutely spectacular, but the other eye gaze out there does not work with the population who has no head control at all. And that's what makes the big difference, because Professor Gips feels that population is probably right around 60,000 children in the US that would be able to use Eagle Eyes.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. So that is definitely making a huge difference. So how can people get involved with Eagle Eyes and support your work?
Well, our website is ofoa.net. And one of the things that we'd love to have people contact us, and if they have a child who is at Lincoln School in Fresno, California, and they're interested in that and finding out more about it, all they need to do is give me a call or shoot me an email. I can send them information and all those types of things. We do not have a marketing budget because we're a very small nonprofit. As I mentioned, there's only myself and Ron, and then we have got all kinds of volunteers that are helping us. And Sarah, I have to share something with you that has been so exciting. 3 years ago, I received a phone call from a community of caring teacher at Olympus High School in Salt Lake City. And Utah is really pushing to have high school kids learn more about the importance of service. And this gentleman said to me, Debbie, he says, I give my kids generally 3 different service opportunities, but I've heard about Eagle Eyes, and I would love to have Eagle Eyes be one of them. And I said, oh my gosh, that would be great. And so anyway, we got together with this gentleman and we provided training for his high school students. And then twice a week, they come into a special needs school here in Salt Lake City and work with our kids who are using Eagle Eyes in the special needs schools. And I will tell you, Sarah, I'm not sure if Eagle Eyes is better for our kids with disabilities or better for our high school kids, because let's face it, we all know what we're like when we're in high school, right? Our world is pretty much about me. In fact, Devin here was one of our volunteers many years ago. And it is just incredible to see these high school kids learn about our kids and what they can do to help them. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm changing somebody's lives. We've even had a few of our high school kids, after they've graduated, go into special ed. So that's pretty exciting. Yes.
Wow, that is incredible. So definitely love hearing about that. So that is awesome. And I know we talk a lot about empathy here at EduMatch, and what a great way for students to get to know one another and work together. So I love that. I love that. Excellent. So what can we expect to see from Eagle Eyes in 2018?
Well, what we're hoping is that when our new school year starts, that we're going to be able to expand our volunteer program with high school students even more, because it is making, as I mentioned, it is making such a big difference on both populations. And we think that is just an incredible way, as these high school kids are then going on to college, for them to be able to share Eagle Eyes and with other people, and what it has done for their friends who have disabilities, and as they have learned that these kids are real people, they just happen to be locked inside a body that doesn't work. And so that is what our goal is for the fall of 2018. But we will continue working with as many schools and as many families as we can, and just because we want this technology to be able to help as many kids as possible.
Absolutely. That is wonderful. So best wishes to you in 2018 and beyond. So we really appreciate you all joining us today and sharing with us about everything that you do. So you already said your website, but if you wouldn't mind just restating that and any other ways that people can get in touch with you online.
Okay, our website is the letter O, the letter F as in Frank, the letter O, the letter A.net, and that stands for Opportunity Foundation of America. My my email address is Debbie, Debbie, Inkley, Inkley, at OFOA.net. And then we have an Eagle Eyes Facebook page. And always remember that Eagle Eyes is all one word. So EAGLEEYES. And that name came because the eagle is the mascot of Boston College. And that's where it came from.
That is wonderful. That is wonderful. So what a great tidbit of history there to say where it came from. So that is awesome. And thank you so much again, Debbie. And also to Devin, who is off camera, but just wanted to say hi to her as well. So thank you both.
Sarah, can I share just one other thing with you?
Sure.
I just wanted to tell you that we keep the price of Eagle Eyes as low as we possibly can. It's just a little bit more than cost, because we're a nonprofit. We're about making a difference, not about making money. And most of the other technologies that are out there are pretty darn expensive. And so I'm proud to say that our costs are kept very, very low.
Yeah, that's definitely great to keep in mind and to know about. So thank you so much for everything that you do, and thank you for taking the time out to chat with us today here on EduMatch. It was truly a pleasure.
Thank you so very much. It was a joy to meet you, and I hope to hear from lots of people.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's tuning in and everyone who will be tuning in later. So join us tomorrow. We're going to have a doubleheader tweet and talk. So first one about the joys of reading, which will be moderated by Tiki Love. So check it out. So we're going to be talking reading at 6 p.m. and at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Then we will be doing an April Fool's Day special. So not going to give too much of that away. You'll have to tune in to find out what it is. But definitely looking forward to it. So thank you to everyone and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you, Sarah. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.